WWE might be delaying the feud between Jimmy and Jey Uso, but it is inevitable. The twins could face each other at a major premium live event instead of Payback or Fastlane, with lots of storytelling left to do. Jey quit WWE on SmackDown 6 days after Jimmy Uso betrayed him at SummerSlam. The latter will appear on this week's episode of The Blue Brand and further explain his actions, while it remains to be seen when the babyface returns. Once WWE gets the ball rolling with the feud, several different elements can be added to further the stakes. New characters may be introduced, including some we haven't seen for years. One of them is related to the Usos. Manu, son of a fat Anoa'i, recently stated that he could return as part of the Bloodline story. He was a part of WWE in the late 2000s, even joining Randy Orton's Legacy group. However, Afa Jr. was kicked out of the group and didn't do anything else of note before his release in 2009. He has since been wrestling on the independent circuit but remains close with Roman Reigns, the Usos, and Solo Sikoa. While a forgotten name among fans, Manu can come back as a heel to add even more heat on Jimmy Uso. Afraid after getting superkicked by Jey on SmackDown, the elder twin could hire his fellow second-generation star as a bodyguard to protect him. Jey Uso would get beaten down by his returning cousin at every turn before eventually overcoming him and facing Jimmy. This is a fascinating prospect and a solid way to ensure the Usos don't get physical until their singles match finally happens. When could Jimmy Uso vs Jey Uso finally happen? While the ideal destination for their first ever match would be WrestleMania, that may not be feasible. WWE needs to book the Usos' first singles match in 2023. Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia seems likely, as it has played host to some massive matches in recent years. The finish doesn't even need to be clean, with Manu potentially spoiling things for Jey Uso. This can lead to the next leg of the story, with Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa getting involved. Meanwhile, the Usos' father, Rikishi, may show up at some point as well. The ultimate conclusion to Jimmy and Jey Uso's feud can come at WrestleMania 40, with the babyface finally winning. The build-up until then will be interesting, to say the least.